Morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulites. I've got questions for you. What opens with Madison interacting with a vision of her past, and what closes with Madison interacting with a vision of her future? Hola! If you guessed Fear the Walking Dead, Season 3, Episode 16, the season finale. It's part 2 of the 2-part season finale. Sleigh Ride. Sleigh bells, is that the song? Because that music was playing, so I'm like, maybe that's Sleigh Ride. It's Christmas music. But anyway, if you guess Sleigh Ride, Fear the Walking Dead, you're correct. Thank you so much for clicking on the video and sticking around to see how we get from opening to closing. I am Angela, and the channel is Be Fabulous You. Let us proceed. Okay, so we have Christmas music. It's a flashbacky type scene, I thought at first, to Madison preparing a big holiday meal, but then I realized I think she's on the ranch. And then I see a car driving up, and Madison removes her apron. She sees it too, and she goes out onto the porch putting on her jacket, and she walks past the graves of the Ottos to Nick and the woman that was with him, that when they first got to the ranch and she left, she said she walked past that woman. What's her name? I don't remember her name. It's not Alicia though, right? Okay. So, and she has a baby, and then they're at Alicia's grave, and then Maddie is suspicious of the baby. The baby is covered up, or she looks suspicious to me. Does she look suspicious to you? And then Nick and the woman, his baby mama, they drive off, and then the dream sequence type situation ends. And then we're on the water. It's 3 boats of men. Alicia is in one. I think it's all men plus Alicia. And we see some floating dead bodies, and Alicia sees them too, and she's kind of like looking like, I don't want to see it. As they approach the dam, we see Strand at the dock. The head proctor in charge is like, what's up? This was to be a clean sweep, and Strand is like, oh, all is well. Someone alerted them, and the head proctor in charge is like, it's not well. There are corpses floating in the water that we are meant to distribute and drink. A dozen dead of my brothers. Oh, I'll have a full account later, and a grand tour of the dam. And then I plan to be persuasive, he says to Strand, the head proctor in charge. And then the head proctor in charge is walking slowly away, because y'all know he just had back surgery, so he needs to be sitting down someplace recuperating, not harassing my man Strand. Then we see Strand and Alicia talking surreptitiously, and Alicia is like, my mother, Nick, and Strand is like, hidden, safe for now, trust me, I can get us out of this if we work together. And then we see Nick, and he's like to his mother, where does it stop? I think you'd kill me if you didn't have a choice. You get to make all of the calls about who gets put down. You are what's dangerous, and one day, Mom, you may have to choose me, choke me. You may have no choice with me. That's what he said, not choke me. You may have no choice with me and to kill me. Nick, like, I'm looking at you sideways, Mama. Okay, so then we see Daniel and Lola, and Lola's like, you should be dead. And Daniel is like, many times. And Lola's like, I will go find Ephraim. And then Daniel is like, then we and you escape. Me and you escape. Then me and you escape. And she leaves him in this like underground room. It's got like a grate over the top of it and some ladders that go down, but it's like a hole in the, I don't know what it is, but okay. So then we see Alicia, and she is changing the lie detesting head proctor in charge's back bandages. And she's like, he's like, how do you know Strand? And Alicia's like, Strand help my family escape from Los Angeles. I thought my mother Madison was here, and Proctor is like, she is here. One of Strand's deal points for letting us in is that we spare Madison. And then Alicia is like, if she's alive and here, will you spare her? I have served you well in a short time, and I'll continue to do so. And you can trust me. Please just spare her. Even though Strand lies and your deal with him fell through. And then Proctor is like, okay, well, come with me. Will you do that? And Alicia is like, yeah. Is this a test of my loyalty, my wisdom? He like, a test of your wisdom. She like, yeah. So does that make her wise? Okay, so then we see Nick and Maddie, and they're still in the room. And they're listening to a lot of ruckus and action outside. Then the door is knocking. Then Strand comes in and they want to kill him. They mad at him. And he's trying to get them out. And he's begging them to go along with his plan. And Maddie is like, your time has come, hasn't it? What did you do? Who was it? And Strand is like, Daniel, I shot him. I didn't kill her, though. And then we see Lola looking for and finding Ephraim shot in the head in the office, and he is dead, and she is crying. She is upset. The Water Queen is not happy. Then we see an aerial shot of Strand walking Madison and Nick across the bridge dam structure. I thought it was a bridge, but I guess it's the dam structure. And the group ahead of them, and it's kind of like some chaotic, violent vibrations going on. And Strand and Nick and Maddie get waved through. You know, some people like look at them and then they like go on through. He had made them put on like some kind of uniform. I don't really know what's going on. What a guan. I don't know what's going on. But they have on this uniform, so I guess it helped them. And then Strand is giving Maddie a gun, you know, and he's like, go to town and wait, and, you know, I'll find Alicia and bring her, you know, to you. And Lola appears, you know, back behind them or whatever, and she's yelling and she's shooting, and she mad about Ephraim. And then Lola gets shot in the head, and she goes down and she's dead. And the shooter is the head proctor in charge, and he's like, what in fresh hello is this gentleman? And then we see the head proctor in charge talking to Strand Plus, and he's like, I am mystified. I'm told that the woman I killed was the Water Queen who you were supposed to have killed. And Strand is like, but Daniel is dead. I swear I killed him. I killed him myself, dead. And then Madison is like, tell him the truth, Strand, what you confessed to me. And then the head proctor in charge is like, so you are Madison? And then he says to Alicia, go to your mother, dear. I want to see a joyful family reunion. And then, you know, she goes over and she hugs her mother. And then the head proctor in charge is like, who is that? Indicating Nick. And then Madison is like, that's my son. And then one of the proctors is like, he was with another white boy at the bazaar asking questions. And Madison is like, I killed him, that other white boy at the bazaar. He was a threat. And then the head proctor is like, well, I got to kill all of you. You know, I won't be able to trust you. I think that's what it was. That's what I gathered. Did I misunderstand? Okay. And so then what had happened is that Madison and Nick and Alicia are walking, and Strand is behind them, and then the head proctor in charge is behind him, and it's like one or two other people back there too. And then the head proctor in charge is like, say your goodbyes, and then the family hugs, and then Nick and Strand hug, and it's a long time. And then Nick kisses Strand, and then right after the head proctor in charge, Nick kisses Strand right after the head proctor in charge is like, enough. Like, what's this long ass hug about? And I was like, what is this long hug about? Yeah, I had forgot all about. So anyway, and then Strand is like, Lola and Daniel, oh, and then Strand is like, you know, there's an end game here, Proctor. And then the head proctor in charge is like, you talk too much. And then Strand is like, Lola and Daniel didn't have enough guns to defend the dam, so they wired it with explosives. And then the head proctor in charge is like, BS, I don't believe that. And then Strand is backing up, and he's searching his pockets as the goons, you know, are coming toward him to kill him, I guess. And then the head proctor in charge is like, ha ha, you got a hole in your pocket, Proctor? And then Nick, with the detonator in his hand, is like, well, it says it's armed. And then Strand is like, Nick, don't touch that button. And then Nick is like, what? Oh, the one that says detonate? And then, now, where did they get a button that says detonate in the apocalypse? I don't know. But anyway, maybe that just came with the CO2 kit. And then there's an aerial shot of the group on the dam, and it's like Nick, Alicia, Strand, head proctor in charge. It looked like 15 or 30 folks to me, but maybe it was just 5 or 10 folks. But it is like a bunch of people on the dam. And then we see Madison, and she is serving turkey to 6 suited white men. That's what I thought at first. I'm like, I don't know who these random men are. And then I recognize Taka and Daniel. And then Madison goes to open the door, and we see Strand there, and he's suited up too, and he's bearing flowers and gifts. And they're all smiles and happy to see each other and everything. And then they hug, and the folks at the table are happy to see Strand too. too. And I feel like I should recognize more of them, but I didn't. Okay, so then we see Madison, and she's like on the ranch, and it's like she's looking around like a panoramic view. And then the headstones, we start seeing headstones, lots and lots of headstones, and it's like she's surrounded by headstones, she's surrounded by deaths. And then she hears a plane, and she looks up. And then we see Nick back in real time. He's holding a detonator. And we see a gun on the back of Madison's head. And then the head proctor in charge is like, so what's your play now, Nick? And then Nick is like, tell him to put his gun down. And then the head proctor is like, put your gun down. And then Nick looks out through a hole in the fence to the dam's surroundings. And he's like, you know, my mom and my sister go on. This is my suicide note. You have no choice. If you don't go, we all die. Please, Mom, go. Strand and Nick, and they nod at each other. And then Strand leaves with Maddie and Alicia. And then the head proctor is like, is that detonator real? And then we see Alicia, Maddie, and Strand on the move. And some of Proctor's guys cross paths with Daniel, and Daniel is limping along, and he's moaning, and he's bent over, he's begging. I think he's begging. He's talking in Spanish. And then boom, bang, bing, he surprises us all. He upright, and he's shooting them and walking away like, what? You think because I got shot in the face, I can't be out here killing people? And I was like, oh, okay. Because when Lola left him, I thought it was like, but like he said, he should have been dead many a time. He likes Strand. Strand is like surviving Strand, Victor Victorious. Strand, and I don't have a name for Daniel. Don't die Daniel. Daniel don't die. Okay, so then we see the head proctor in charge, and he's kind of schmoozing with Nick while Nick watches the crew of 3, you know, his mom, his sister, and Strand. And, you know, the head proctor in charge is like, you know, this dam could be the center of a new civilization, Nick. It just needs management, and we can't give it away. And Nick sees Strand, the 3, you know, Strand, Alicia, and Maddie in the boat, and they're motoring away. And Nick is like, I'm looking for a third way. And then the head proctor is like, give me the detonator, Nick. You go too soon and your family won't make it. And then Daniel comes upon Lola's body with a handwritten sign on her, and it says, I think it says Water Queen. I couldn't really make it out, but it was in Spanish. And then Daniel puts his daughter's crucifix, you know, prayer beads in, rosary, in the dead hand of Lola, and having removed the sign. And then Daniel, he moves on. And then we see Alicia, and she gets the boat going. And we see Nick on the dam with about 9 guys, and the head proctor is like, get the detonator. And then the man goes towards Nick, and then the man who's going toward Nick to get the detonator gets shot in the head. And he shot in the head by Mad Dog and Taka, and they at a far range with binoculars. What? And then the head proctor is like, okay, well, this is a wrinkle, but it doesn't matter. You know, it's not a game changer, and you're bluffing. And your family is not far enough away yet, and I'm bored. Kill him! And then Mad Dog and Taka, it's like they could hear from far away, or maybe it's just the body language. Maybe you can tell when somebody is like, you know, just standing there chilling, and then when they change over and they're like, yeah, I'm about to kill him. And so when that happens, Mad Dog and Taka, after he say, I'm bored, kill him, then he shoot more and more proctors, the head proctors. And then we see Daniel on the move, and he's shooting folks too. And we see Nick watching the 3, you know, his mom, his sister, and, you know, Strand going away. And then he detonates the detonator, the CO2. And then the guy, a guy grabs the head proctor. I don't know what that means. Maybe some guy grabs the head proctor. And Nick is still alive, and the head proctor is still alive for now. And then we see Taka and Mad Dog discussing the escape of the 3 in the boat. And they like, one of them is like, they are going to get drawn into the flood. If they don't step on it, they better move. And then the other one is like, well, they at full throttle. You know, they moving as fast as they can. And then Taka watching, he kind of sad, and he's like, you know, oh wow, you know, Madison Clark and her family, it's wrap for them. I did what I could. And then Mad Dog is like north, and Taka's like north, like they heading north. And then we see Nick in the dam, Nick on the dam, and it's kind of crumbling, like lines are, you know, it's like it's decomposing. It wasn't like an immediate like boom and everything just blew up, but it's like the dam is gonna be no more in a minute, or you know. shortly, maybe not in a minute, but you know it's on the way out. It's the integrity of the dam has been compromised. That is what I'm trying to say. So then we see Alicia and Maddie and Strand, and they're like struggling to, you know, with the boat and stuff, you know, because it's like there's like, because the dam is compromised, the water is like, it's like they're getting caught up in a suction and a current, and they're trying to get away, but they don't have enough power really to get away. Then we see Maddie back in her dream state or whatever. She walking through the burial ground, and then she's on her knees in front of Jeremiah Otto's tombstone, and then she's like, you know, and a hand reaches out and grabs her and pulls her in, and she's struggling and struggling and struggling, but she get pulled in. And then we see her underwater, and it's like lots of debris, so it's kind of like she's surrounded by death. That's what the graveyard represents. And then being pulled in is like she being pulled under toward death. Death is pulling at her. That's what's happening. And then we see her hand come out of the grave, and somebody grabs her, and she looks in his face, and it's her dead hubby. So that also let me know that she was like, it was like death was trying to get her again, because you know, she know her husband is dead. So she you know, then we see her eyes open underwater, Maddie, and she moves toward the light, and then she's like up and out of the water, and she takes a big breath, and then she's swimming to shore, and we see feet and some movement around her, and then we see that it's a whole bunch of folks with containers, and they're getting water. And then a little girl stands over Maddie, stands over her, and she's like, hola, and then Maddie is like, hola. And that's the end. So we don't know what happened to Strand. We don't know what happened to Nick. We don't know what happened to Strand, Nick, and Alicia. We don't know what happened to the black woman who was at the water station, who was gonna be our new best friend. We don't know what happened to Daniel. So that's how it's left. All we know is that Maddie is alive, that the dammed up water has been freed for the people, and that's it. Thank you so much for sticking around for the end of the video. Welcome if you're a brand new watcher. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome back if you're not a brand new watcher. Subscribe. We're working on 200 subscribers. Yay! It's so exciting. Thank you if you are a subscriber, and if you're not, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I don't know where it is on your situation, but you know where it is. Go on and subscribe and like and thumbs up and share the video with all of the people you know. People be like, I don't even like Fear the Walking Dead, but you gonna watch this video. That's what you're supposed to say to them. But that's all I got. Today is the best day ever. I'm heading over to rehearsal. Gotta get ready. See, that's what I was talking about in terms of stabbing dogs 74 times, 57 times. I'm not gonna stab her though, because she not trying to, and it's not really close enough. It probably look closer on screen. Oh, it's kind of close, but we okay. But that's what I got. I'm not gonna stab the dog. I don't want nobody to stab her. That's Bella, the dog. She the video vixen. She's showing y'all her booty. So enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of your morning. And until we meet again, be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Woo! That's my jam. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Peace.